Hello everybody, it's Karen Gabork, Superintendent for the School District. Happy to give you a really wonderful final budget update for the 2018-19 school year. As I mentioned earlier in a previous update, additional funding came in from the state, which was great news for Fairbanks. So the school board, they often, again, have to hold on some of the decisions they make until they know what their funding is and they're able to address some of their priorities. Things like class size and support for schools. And so I just want to thank everybody for being so patient and waiting so long for these final decisions to be made. So let me give you the highlights of what is in the budget for next year. Some of the cuts that were in the recommended budget no longer exist. So I just want to be sure that everybody knows that we restored some things like elementary district-wide art has been restored. All of our secondary library assistants have been restored. Our custodial calendar is status quo for all current staff. Our high school activities coordinators are all school-based and have completely been restored, and all activities funding is at the status quo level. So some of those cuts that high school principals were struggling with, you may have heard about hockey and rifle and some of those things that they were really struggling to determine whether or not we could run next year. All of that funding has been restored. In addition, we added some new things to the budget. One of those is some extra music support for our K-8 schools so that those schools can run their full encore program in the afternoon. We decreased the middle school PTR by 1. We decreased the high school PTR by 1. We added a district-wide assistant elementary principal, or I should say elementary assistant principal, which will be a great help for our elementary principals who just need extra support with IEPs and all of the work that they do at the elementary levels. The North Pole Middle swimming program will remain intact, so that's great news. We've added a nursing clinical coordinator, which will be very helpful to our district-wide nurse coordinator who can provide support at the schools when we have vacancies. This person will help with training, will help with schools if they have issues with immunization audits or they need extra help with health screenings and those sorts of things. One of the things I'm very excited about and the school board is extremely excited about is we have moved to full-day kindergarten district-wide next year. So the original plan was to move forward with one more phase next year and the final phase the year after, and we will be full-day kindergarten district-wide next year, which is very exciting for all our families. There is additional teacher support at Hunter Elementary School, and we've also added an additional social services manager, which will be based at Hunter Elementary, but feed the Hunter Elementary Ryan Middle School family system. So again, I just want to thank everybody for their patience with budget. Budget season is always long in Alaska, but the great news is that we landed in a really positive place for the next school year. Of course, we'll keep an eye toward what funding looks like at the local level and the state level next year, and hope that we can sustain the amazing programs that we have here in Fairbanks. If you have any questions, be sure to check out our website where you can get lots of detailed information about the specific schools and the budget district-wide. Thanks and have a great summer.